We ended up camping next to one of the largest ice fields in North America, and it honestly only ended up happening because everything else went wrong.
We arrived in Seward, Alaska and absolutely fell in love with the Kenai Peninsula. Our plan was to try and do part of the Kenai 250 as a bikepacking trip, so we dropped off our dogs at the cutest little kennel.
We just dropped our babies off. I never handled this part well.
They're gonna do great. They're already playing.
I feel like childrenless parents. Koenig's gonna have the time of his life, and Clyde is just gonna cry and sniff a lot of grass.
Alrighty, we have had another setback. Okay, so we had originally, when we decided to come up to do this big northern Canada, Alaska trip, we had about 20 days in the backcountry planned. So far we've done 2. So then we readjusted and we decided that we were going to try and do this bike trip in Kenai, part of the Kenai 250. But we started doing it yesterday. We spent the day like putting on new tires. So we, you know, we're a little bit better for like off-roading. You know, that took a lot of time, and then we get there and we're like, we've never mountain biked before. You know, and we're not on mountain bikes. Like, this is going to be way too hard, especially when it's Kalina's first time ever doing like an overnight biking trip. And like all of our sort of big adventures have gotten kiboshed, and that has really felt frustrating. So now our plan is we are going to hike to the Harding Icefield and do an overnight trip there. We're going to do a little bike trip around Seward.
Well, not a bike trip. We're like, going to do like a little putts on a bike around Seward today. Another plot twist is that I had my first vomiting in an outhouse experience last night.
Yeah.
So we were actually supposed to hike to the glacier today, but I'm still feeling pretty queasy. I don't know if I ate something yesterday that was off, or just, you know, that lovely outhouse smell got to me. But I'm not feeling well, so we were supposed to leave today, but we thought, you know what, let's set ourselves up for success here.
Yeah.
And give it a day.
So we're not 100% sure if we're going to be able to get water at the top, and we only have 1 4-liter. So we are literally bringing like all of like, these are from like trail running, like from my trail running knapsack.
We got my protein shaker.
Protein shaker, this coffee thing, all of our water bottles, so that we will have enough water to get up there. And then
we asked at the visitor center if there was snow, and they were like,
yeah,
could be. Don't know, we haven't been there.
If there's snow, we'll be fine, because we'll just warm the snow up and that turns into water. And
thank you for the science lesson.
Yeah, and then we'll be fine. We've got stuff to treat it, but it's just for this, if just in case we're bringing all of the water.
AKA Kalina's nervous and Eric's appeasing her.
Yes. No, I also want the water.
Okay. I love you.
I love you too. What? People like the rap eating content, Kalina. Working hard or hardly working?
Both simultaneously. Ugh. The Harding Icefield Trail is a busy day hike, but in the end, we were only sharing the peak with one other party. It was a pretty good workout at 1,000 meters of elevation over 7 kilometers, and it must not be a common overnighter because most people were quite surprised to see our pack. I'm so out of shape. Oh my God.
You're doing great. Having dinner and settling into our sleeping bags was an absolute dream. Most people had left by then, and we had the view all to ourselves. It was such an amazing sight to see what looked like an ocean of ice and little islands of land that were actually the tops of mountains.
I didn't think I'd ever brush my teeth with this kind of view. I'm so sleepy.
We were not f***ing around with the wind last night. We were taking things very seriously, but it didn't end up being windy, so, you know, it is what it is.
We are so happy that we did this trip, and while we are sure the Kenai 250 would have been amazing, this was a pretty wonderful backup option and we have absolutely no regrets.
Kalina's thing rolled all the way down and she had to go grab it like a little nerd.
All right.
We have not used the shower once yet. We are what, like
More than halfway through the summer trip.
And like we've had the van, like we've been on the road technically since March. It's end of July. And we finally are gonna try it. It's gonna be a cold shower because I haven't turned the heater on, but it's a good little trial. Here
Let
we
us
go.
know.
Whew, yeah. Let's shut that back. Say nice.
It looks like it's a small space in there.
It is.
Is that it?
What? No, I'm just. Keep asking me shit soap.
Sure.
Probably do that.
We got leakage.
Oh shoot. Okay, because the door is because of
you're
the
dripping
dumpster.
on the camera.
Oh no, because of the dumpster. Remember?
Oh.
Also, look at all that dirt. Like that's just kind of.
Is that off of you?
No, it's because we don't clean the shower out, and it's.
There's no reason there should ever be that much dirt in the shower. I
There is.
hate van life.
Pass me my towel, please. Look at the background right now.
I know.
It's like incredible.
Alaska has like totally exceeded our expectations so
Yeah.
far, which is just so nice to feel.
Nicest campsite I've ever been to on that ice field. Like just the vastness of the ice was incredible. So our hike in this area was really successful, our overnighter. We're gonna do another one tomorrow.
Tomorrow's a big one, I feel, because it's redemption on two fronts. One, it is the trail we were supposed to bike back.
Yeah.
And two, it is about the same caliber as Grizzly Lake in Tombstone. This one is Lost Lake. And I just feel like it's gonna be redemption for me. And then for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a good hike. This area,
This
the
area is
Kenai
so stunning.
Peninsula has really exceeded expectations. And I think we're both.
I feel like I didn't have any expectations.
Yeah.
This is probably the safest option for me, and I'm glad that I went in with none because it's just been so beautiful.
And we've had a few days of just kind of doing a little bit of nothing too on this beautiful riverbed, and
It's actually felt like van life a little more than like this really packed road trip.
yeah.
We were just saying that this is like the first time it's ever felt like a vacation.
Yeah.
Not that that was supposed to be the vibe. This is kind of just like a treat.
Yeah.
Like it
it's-
wasn't supposed to be like, ooh, this is a big vacation.
Yeah,
But
the Dempster was a bit of a challenge, you know, and it was a struggle, and this is more relaxing and just kind of beautiful, and
it's a nice contrast.
It is.
Tomorrow will be hard work though.
Yeah. I'm ready to stretch my legs though. After 2 days of doing nothing.
I don't know. I'm feeling a little nervy about it.
You're gonna do great.
There's Kunik, making sure he gets absolutely soaked right before we go to bed. Fabulous.
In next week's vlog, we'll be wrapping up our time in Seward with one last hike and then heading to the halibut capital of the world, Homer, Alaska.
I've just asked Erik to measure me for my wedding dress, and he's having a bit of a hissy fit about it.
Well, this is important, and I've never taken measurements before, and I feel like we've been learning a lot of lessons on this trip about not doing things we don't have the technical expertise to do, and only doing things that, you know, we've trained for and practiced for. And now Kalina's saying, hey, do this thing that you've never done before. That's
well, no,
super
it's
important.
okay. Look, she sent me an email with instructions on how to measure myself. So it's fine. You wanted to plan a wedding abroad, Erik. This was the life you chose.
I didn't want to do this part.